Hey, what's up? It's Richie. I'm here with another track guide for the ARCA car. This time we're at Talladega Motor Speedway. This particular video is going to be pretty small because I'm really just going to go over the qualifying lap here and then the setup change that I do for the race. So with that being said, this session is the default weather, which is again partly cloudy, 78 degrees with a track temperature of 110 degrees, 55% relative humidity with a 2-mile-an-hour northeast wind, and the track state for this session is 30%. As far as any changes that we make for qualifying in the garage, there is none. It's the default Talladega setup. So that's 10 to 1, -2 on the offset, and 68% on the rear brakes. The only change that we make for the race is we go to 14 to 1 on the steering ratio. All right, let's take a look at the qualifying lap here with the ARCA car. There's not a lot of technique to this particular qualifying lap. However, there is a couple key elements to it. The first one being we want to utilize as little turning in the steering wheel as possible. We don't want to have anytime you turn the steering wheel, basically you're going to scrub speed off. So your goal, even in the corners, is to use as little input as possible. And then there's a couple key tricks to where you place the car during the run. So up in the fourth gear, coming down the backstretch here on the opening lap, and much like most of our qualifying sessions, our lap or our qualifying attempt is going to be on the second lap. We're going to use the first lap to build up speed and some heat in the tires. So we ride all the way up on the fence here, on the top on the first lap, the entire way around, even down the front stretch and the back stretch. I try to lay off the wall just a tad. You don't want to run directly up against the wall because the air pocket that they have may actually even slow your car down a little bit. So you'll note that I'm, a little bit off of the wall here, even in the corners, as high as I can without being up next to the wall. Again, that's mainly for the air pocket that they've put in. It'll actually drag the car down a little bit, kind of like a side force draft. So down the back stretch, still up on that white line towards the top of the track. Again, a little bit off the track. And we're going to go into turn 3 here at the top. And we're going to come off the corner and we're going to go down the racetrack. So we're going to come off high all the way up top here. And then we're going to gradually bring the car down to the bottom of this tri-oval right here on the yellow line. And that's where we're going to stay. We're going to go up to right around here, right around to this top white line to make a better arc going into turn 1 here. And then you'll see that I try to keep this wheel as close to this particular level as possible all the way through the corner. And then as we come out, we're going to go up to this white line right here. Again, you don't want to use a lot of wheel input even on the straightaway here. You use wheel input to try to keep the car where it is, you're going to scrub speed off. So nice arc into 3. Again, we're going to try to hold the steering to basically one position here as we go through the corner. Then we're going to come out on the bottom of 4. And then, so there's a couple different ways here, right? So some people cut down to the apron here. Some people stay up here. Some people, they say whether or not it works or not, but I seem to pick up about 1/10 if I ride the apron there on the bottom through the tri-oval, but it's not necessary. I mean, it may or may not be 1/10 to go through this tri-oval. It's bumpier down here, not as grippy. However, there's a big bump on the straightaway here in the tri-oval. So it's kind of 1/2 the other, whether you do. Basically what you feel comfortable coming to the line. And once you get here, boom, there's our qualifying lap. It's a 52.86. And again, the more you can not turn the wheel or keep it straight and not go back and forth with the wheel on the straightaway and or in the corner, that'll make a better qualifying lap for you. For the race, the only thing that we're going to actually change for the race is I will actually move the steering ratio to 14-1. You can get away with 12-1. You can get away with the 10-1 that's default. I move it to 14-1 specifically because when you're racing in the pack, the 14-1 slows everything down a little bit, kind of cuts down on that wobble that you might get at 10-1 when you're getting buffeted around by the air and the pocket. The other thing to note with racing with the ARCA car at any of the super speedways is bump drafting is extremely dangerous, specifically with the ARCA car because of the wedge-shaped nose that they have on this car. It's really easy to bump somebody and lift their rear tires off the ground. Once you lift the rear tires off the ground, there's almost no coming back from that, especially if you have somebody behind you, close behind you. You're all going to have to lift. If somebody doesn't check up, it's going to be a big wreck. So you can bump draft, a little tiny bump draft. You can push somebody nice and easy down the straightaways, but just watch those bump drafts. If you hit somebody too hard, like I said, you can cause a big wreck. So that's really going to be it for the Talladega session or video here this week. So good luck. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see everybody in the next video.